Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, and shall we see what's going on the island of Fawnhollow today? Well, this is another I would say unusual episode, but it's kind of been just how it's been for the past few weeks, hasn't it? Or past few days, not maybe weeks is too long. I'm recording, it's around 5:30, it's a late episode. I just couldn't be bothered to record today, so I was like, I'll take a day off, that sort of thing. But of course, still got to record Animal Crossing as if it's a daily video diary, and I don't want to miss any days. But it's okay, recording Animal Crossing isn't really a chore, it's kind of just mindless randomly talking now. Anyway, hello there everyone, right now in Fawnhollow it's 5:26 PM on Friday, July 10th even, 2020. No news to speak of today, but Isabel's talking about her lost sock again, as usual. Or one of her many things she talks about. So yeah, I didn't really feel like recording at my usual time. I also didn't play last night because we were playing Mahjong again. I forgot this was my outfit. What on earth am I wearing? Something from Flick. Ah, yes, the noble firefly. Sadly, my work can reveal only a fraction of its lightness. May it bring bugs even further into your heart. I don't know why he left the space out, but... Oh, chief, I don't even know where this came from, but I ain't got the space for it anymore. It's collecting dust, and I need that dust for my dust collection. So it's yours now. Do what you will with it, kiddo. So, ain't it? What did you give me then, Roscoe? Apparently, I got rid of most of my presents yesterday. Yeah, I didn't play last night because I just didn't, to be honest. Wild painting right half. Is this is the legitimate one, isn't it? I don't know. Well, we'll take it to Blabbers and find out what he says. I also have another painting, I'm pretty sure, in my storage, which I can't remember if it was a legitimate one or not. So let's see, let's bring up New Horizons Art Wiki. Well, actually, let's see what this firefly looks like. Oh, it's tiny. I actually thought it would glow in the dark. That'd be really cool. Maybe it does glow in the dark? I don't know. Can we see its butt? Oh, it does glow. There we go. We don't really have room for you, unfortunately, so we're going to have to put you away. Put these clumps of weeds away. So yeah, just playing much more Mahjong. But to be fair, I didn't play. I was actually spectating more last night because we had 5 people, and I was like, you know what, I'll sit this one out. I got some drawing I need to get done anyway. I'll just watch along. Of course, with my newfound knowledge of Mahjong, after watching a 3.5 hour video, I feel like I've at least got a decent grip on the rules now. Was it this I was thinking? Oh, this one's definitely fake because it's got the shovel. I thought I had a painting in here. I feel like I have a vague memory of having a painting, but I was like, maybe it's real. Oh, I guess not. Anyway. Yeah. What was I saying? I don't remember. What was I saying? I don't know. Is Red here? Red is not here, so Red is not a visitor for today. We'll close that wiki page in. Ah, it's Labelle. We haven't had Labelle for ages. Sorry, Label. If it's not an imposition, would you mind doing another style session with me? A theatrical outfit. A musician or pop style or opera. Okay. I guess we'll just freestyle on what you give us. A comedian's outfit. Okay. So I guess we'll try and look like a clown or a jester. Also, before I forget, we need to take off our wand outfit because we can't use this while we got this. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? That probably makes no sense. Yeah, so we more Mahjong going on last night. We're now we've moved from our previous Mahjong website, which was, I can't remember, Tenho, I believe. Mainly because it was all in Japanese, and despite it being in Japanese and pretty good that way, it's a little bit difficult for my other friends who can't read Japanese particularly well. Even I can't read a lot of the words, so I mean I can read some of the words, I just can't read, all of them. So fair enough, we switched over to Mahjong Soul, which had which actually seems like a pretty recent release, or somewhat recent Western release, which is a Mahjong it's like a Mahjong gacha game. I don't know what to pair with this comedian's outfit. Hold on, let's see what colour the comedian's outfit even is first. It's orange, okay. So probably some bright orange, some very obnoxious looking trousers or something. Probably not pink. That seems a bit much. Dotted shorts, I guess that could work. Maybe. What other sort of things? Oh yeah, I forgot we're meant to match colours, aren't we? Do we have an orange city outfit? We've got a balloon hat. It seems a bit tacky. Jester's cap is the wrong colour, unfortunately. Outdoor hat probably isn't quite right. I mean, if worst comes to worst, we'll just use a Jester's hat. I'm just trying to see if we have a comedian headgear thing. It doesn't seem like we do, so I guess we'll go with that. Or the balloon hat. The balloon hat's pretty funny. No, let's go for the Jester's cap. That seems much more theatrical. Let's stick with what she wanted. Theatrical glasses. We should just go for a Jester, to be honest. We should just completely ignore the thing she gave us. I know she gave it to us, but still. It's sort of like, maybe label you don't really know what you wanted. And we're here to show you what you actually wanted. I can't remember what the Jester outfit. Nah, you know what? I can't bother. That's way too much effort. I'm just going to stick with what we got. So now we need socks and shoes, right? So I guess we need some sort of vivid socks of some sort. Unless there's like comedian socks. If there are, that's very oddly specific. I guess we'll do these striped tights. Good enough. And clown shoes, Jester shoes. These are the only ones we have. So we're a bit of a mishmash of colours. But that's alright. I don't think you can get bonus points for anything, so... Not to worry in the slightest. Oh god, we look terrible. Do you like my new getup? It's actually horrifying, I'll say, but... We'll stick with it. So yeah, we play Mahjong Soul, which is a gacha game. If you don't know what a gacha game is, it comes from the Japanese word gachapon, which is basically those... It's basically a capsule toy. If you ever been to like an arcade or like some other equivalent... Oh, I forgot about the bag. Some place like that where you put in like... I don't know, like a pound coin, or I don't know what it'd be in America. You can, and you spin it around and like the ball comes rolling out and inside like some tacky keychain or something. Labelle pumps. Oh, that's quite nice. I wonder how many different clothes you have, Labelle. Oh, sorry, I keep calling you Labelle, but you go by label now, don't you? What does it look like? Oh, those are quite nice. Let's put our usual clothes back on. Also, when did you get a new t-shirt, Axel? No, I don't have anything against it. I'm just like, when did this happen? I don't remember it. I mean, I don't know why we're changing back, because we're going to go straight back into our very disturbing dream sheep outfit anyway. It's really something, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah, Gachapon. Capsule game. It's basically, it's loot boxes. It's basically what it is. You pay some sort of premium currency, and then in return you will have a chance at pulling, I shouldn't say pulling it, a chance at winning certain prizes, as the case may be. And of course, in this game, it's a Japanese gacha game, and if you haven't played Japanese gacha games are always centered around like certain characters, anime, very anime-looking characters of that sort of thing. And they often also have some sort of other gameplay to go along with it. The ones I played the most of, and I still play sometimes, are the rhythm-based games. Yes, so they're music games. So they got the core, in this case, music game concept, where you play that, that's the core game. But then also on the side, you have a gacha system, where if you play enough of their core game, the core game concept, you'll get some premium currency, and then if you save up enough, you can do what's called a pull, which is basically buying 10 loot boxes, and then trying to get a particular card or something, or a picture that you like. In this case with Mahjong Soul, it's the characters themselves, like your avatar, I guess, is how I describe it. We have a lot of our villagers just out and about, which is not great, seeing as we don't have any fruits on hand. I guess we'll go buy some wrapping paper from Nyx. Now, gacha systems, I mean, that's a whole topic in itself, with that and loot boxes. A lot of controversy, because they're kind of exploitative, to say the least. like the cost of the prevalent currency you get in the game is often not huge amounts. It varies from game to game, to be fair. Some games are better at it than others, and the rates. It's basically how a loot box works. Is I'll give you an example. In the music games, they have cards of varying rarities, and the stronger cards are the rarer the card, the higher strength they are, which means that when you play songs, you'll get a higher score, which can give certain benefits or something like that. Or otherwise, you know, it's just one of your favorite characters who has a card or something. Hey Murta, we say, oh my gosh, hi, all the time, right? I've been thinking, would that phrase work as, you know, the title for my debut album? Try this instead. It probably would be a fantastic one for your debut album, but for your debut album, why don't we go like... I like the sunny theme with Audi. Sunny smiles, I don't know. Sunny smiles, and then you got to do a heart. Where's the heart symbols? No heart symbol? I guess we got to settle with a less than 3. Okay, here we go. Sunny smiles, heart. It was a fantastic Audi. You don't even know. But anyway, what's the what Gacha? Yeah, it's a bit exploitative. Oh yeah, rarities. Like in one of the ones I play, there's the normal card, a normal rarity, a rare rarity, a super rare rarity, and a super rare rarity, otherwise known as SSR and SRs respective. No, not respectively. What's the inverse of respectively? The other way around, I guess. And the rates for those is when you pull in the premium gacha, as it's called, you have a 3% rate of pulling an SSR, which are the cards you want basically. And you have a 15% chance of pulling a SR? I forget exactly. Because SRs kind of aren't very important once you've been playing for a while because they're not very strong. They're just sort of there just for fun. Yeah, very much just for the card art, I suppose, is a better way to put it. Should give me an aquarium? Apparently. Anyway. I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, those are pretty... those rates are actually pretty decent for a gacha game. 3% for an SSR. A lot of other games are much worse, and there are special events which go on in the game where it doubles it up to 6%, which is actually pretty good. But Mahjong Soul, its rates are like 5%, which is actually surprisingly good. I was surprised, and it was what I commented on when they were playing it. I was like, wow, 5% is pretty good for a gacha game. Granted, they don't have like SSRs or things like that. They have just the characters. So maybe, I don't know, there might be other underlying gacha systems which I'm not quite aware of yet, because I haven't really spent, well, I haven't even made an account yet. I mean, I do plan to play with them at some point. I'm not certain. But gacha systems are just kind of a touchy subject, I would say. Because in theory, I guess they're fine. It's just like another way of introducing random chance into a game, or like currency sinks. But the problem is, the premium currencies often cost insane amounts of money, like real life money. Since it sort of taps into the human weakness of gambling, and, you know, probability, and, you know, just one more. I've got it this time. I feel like my mic might be a bit loud. I'm looking at my OBS and it's peaking out quite a lot. So I'll turn it down. Sorry if it was a bit too loud. And sorry if now I'm too quiet. I don't know. It's a hard balance. Yeah, it kind of tempts into the human... It exploits human psychology of being... One, we're incredibly bad at realizing probabilities. So if we have like a 1 in 100 chance of something and we do it 100 times, we're like, I should have got it once by now. Which is not actually how it works, unfortunately. You have like a whatever chance of 0.99 to the power of 100 chance of not having that 1% chance happen. So yeah, that's how humans aren't very rational when it comes to numbers and percentages and probabilities. So it kind of exploits that part, and then it kind of, you know, people might possibly end up spending too much money on a game. I mean, this is sort of, your mileage may vary, because if you have the finances to support it and you're completely fine with it, then I guess, why not? I mean, it's your money. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. If this is like something that you really care for, then go ahead. People spend money on weirder things, I'm sure. If this is basically like, I guess, a hobby of yours, go crazy. As long as the big caveat is you can afford it. And the thing is, a lot of people who get exploited by these systems, especially younger children who don't have a source of income or who are relying on their parents' money, can rack up pretty large debts or charges and fees, I suppose, especially on their parents' cards and things like that, which, as you might imagine, is not really good for anyone, to be honest. Well, except for the company, I guess. But, you know, that's kind of I suppose that's one way of looking at it. So yeah, it's a bit of a conscientious topic, and I feel like it's something in theory I actually think is completely fine. Like, the theory of having the concept of loot boxes, it's the fact that it's just tied to actual real life money and a premium currency, and a lot of the times a premium currency isn't very obtainable. Well, not obtainable, just like the rate of obtaining it is so that it's meant to be encouraging you to spend real money in this game to get what you want, which is the problem. I think in and of itself. And that's also the problem with loot boxes as well, which is a shame that it's so pervasive in so many different gaming systems, I suppose. But to be fair, my real problem is if they put in loot boxes, I get it. It's a way of making money, and some people like that. But there should always be a way to guarantee, you know, getting the thing you want, I think. Now, in gacha systems, they actually get around this because I think there might be a law with regards to it. But there's quite a few laws regarding gacha systems and loot boxes nowadays because, you know, it's kind of fringing on gambling. So, like, they always have to reveal the rates of getting something. And I know in Japan, there's things like, it's illegal to do it. So, where are you, lady? It's illegal to have a gacha system such that, I don't know how to explain this. Basically, if there's like a not limited edition. If there's multiple rewards that make up a set, for example, maybe if you're putting for 5 different characters who are like a group of friends or something, a 5-man band, if you will, you get something bonus for putting all 5 of them. You can't do that, if that makes sense. That is illegal. And yeah, there's other stuff like that. Not that really comes to mind. I don't really know the intricacies of a gacha system. Well, on the legal side of things, I should say. But yeah, I completely forgot what my point was about this, I suppose. It's just like, in a vacuum, I feel like gacha systems and loot boxes actually fine. There can be it can be a sort of fun way to spice up something. I suppose it's a sort of a way of extending out gameplay, I suppose. It's a currency sink. The problem is the currency sink, in a lot of cases, is real life money, and that's super not okay. Especially if you target... Because it's sort of like exploiting people at the weakest, isn't it? You know? I'm sure a lot of people with much more rational mindsets will play a game and be like, if it's got a gacha system in it, you'd be like, okay, maybe if I play this game a lot, maybe I feel okay with spending some money and into this game, which I've definitely done with some of my mobile games because I have played them for a very long time, and yeah, that's basically how I feel about it. But I play this game a lot. I'm okay with buying, you know, some of these bundles, which are pretty decent deals, spending a little bit of money, just not overdoing it as such. But what's my point? I actually entirely forgot what my point was. Yeah, some people don't have as much self-control, I suppose, when it comes to this sort of thing. But you might say, I think if you're cynical, you might say, well, they just shouldn't play the game, right? I don't think it's as fair as that, because, you know, a lot of these games aren't actually bad games. I mean, there are some which are just straight up bad, but still. I feel like you shouldn't have to sacrifice on a gameplay experience because the developers have used a way of making money that typically exploits weaknesses in people, I suppose is how I want to put it. I don't know. It sort of just rubs me the wrong way, you know. It's sort of like, man, I actually like this game, and I understand that there are financially stable people out there who can afford to spend like ungodly amounts of money, like thousands and thousands of pounds in a game. And, you know, fair enough. If they can support it, then they're probably funding a lot of the development costs for a game. That's true, isn't it? Like, isn't it about like, I can't remember where I read this. It's something like 1% of a player base funds like 90% of the costs of development, which is pretty insane. They're called whales in terminology. In that sort of terminology, someone who spends an excessive amount of money in a game. I guess we'll find out if this is real. Ah, it's actually the real one. Thank you, Roscoe. Where are you all getting these legitimate artworks from? It's crazy. Yeah, so... What was I saying? I actually forgot again. I just keep losing my trail of thought. Have we talked to Roscoe? We haven't. Who have we not given a present to? Vivian? And Axel? I think so. Yeah, it just rubs me the wrong way, I suppose. What do you think about Axel? I'm looking to put off a mega trade like one of its hotshot general managers for a big team. But I can't just trade with myself. I need someone to trade with. Oh, I just had an idea. How about I trade my layered tank for your brine shrimp aquarium? Sure. If you want a brine shrimp aquarium, there you go. So yeah, I don't know. If you play a gacha game out there, just be careful. Don't spend more than you can afford. Is how it should go. Well, that kind of goes with anything, to be honest. Don't spend more money than you can afford. Because that's how you get yourself into financial ruin, and that's not good for anyone. And I kind of don't want you to be in financial ruin. Funny that, isn't it? I don't want you to ruin your lives or anything. So yeah, be prudent, I suppose. I'm going to stop putting fossils away in my storage because it's taking up too much room. I think I might actually just take out all the ones we've got in our storage currently. Yeah, why don't we do that? Just sell them. There's no point in keeping them around, right? I guess we'll just start off by selling duplicates, as is usual. I was originally going to start like donating these to my friends to help their museums because they don't play all that much, but you know, if they also don't play all that much, they probably don't care all that much about completing a museum in a much more timely fashion, but I don't know. Okay, that seems good. So just be careful with gacha games. It's just weird to me for the fact that they get most of their most of their financing is supported by just a handful of people who play the game. Like, the amount of money that they must spend must be exorbitant. But I guess I can't complain because that means for people like me who tend to not spend that much. I was going to say free to play. It's not necessarily true, I suppose, anymore. Who don't spend that much, it's because of this is how we keep getting awesome updates. This is how this game servers, I suppose, are supported. It just feels a bit weird. I think it just feels weird to me because it could be children that are being exploited in that aspect, like financially guilted, because children don't tend to have the best impulse control, which I'm sure if most of you have been a child before, I guess why wouldn't you have been a child? Now I think about it, that was a weird phrase. You probably have experienced someone like that yourself, so yeah, I don't know. I suppose there's parental lock things on mobile phones where you can be like, oh, you can't spend money without having like a fingerprint scan or password or something like that. So do turn those on if you've got those functionalities. A beach chair. KK Oasis, we definitely haven't had this before. I've never seen this before. I'm mainly here just to put some money away in our ABD, to be honest. But yeah. I mean, even though it's a gacha game, I'm not like super turned off by gacha games. I'm not like one of those people who sees loot boxes and I'm like, absolutely not, never supporting this. As long as it isn't insanely greedy, I think it's okay. It's just the place we're at right now with mobile markets being that microtransactions are the only way that mobile games can tend to be supported rather than one-off purchases. Because I mean, if I was like, hey, I'm going to buy this £40 AAA title, like, I don't know, Paper Mario, that's going to be coming out kind of soon. Maybe I'll do a series on that. Then most people are going to be like, hey, yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. I mean, it's a Nintendo title and the Switch games are like £40 or so. This looks like a sucker fish. You'd be like, that's entirely reasonable. Of course you'd do something like that. But then if I told you, oh, I spent £40 on this really good mobile game, you'd be like, for one, that's an ocean sunfish. That did not look large enough for me, in my opinion, to be an ocean sunfish or a shark, but hey. I guess we'll just donate this then. We'll have a quick walk around our beach and see if there's anything else of note. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying again. Yeah, if I bought like a one-time purchase of a £40 game, even if it was the same quality as like a console game, or perhaps even better, another shark? Maybe I should be silent for this one. No, that's not. This is a sucker fish. You can tell by the vibrations. Big vibrations equals big fish. Little fish cardboard box. Yeah, if I said I did a one-time purchase of £40 for a mobile game, I'm pretty sure people would look at me and be like, are you insane? That is way too much for a mobile game. You should pay max £2 for a mobile game. Which, if you think about it for a bit, that's dirt cheap. That's like an indie game that's been out for like 5 years on sale prices. And if it's a mobile game which gives you like more than a few hours of play, that's a steal. Provided the gameplay loop is something you like about, something like that. I mean, Nintendo did this as well with Mario Run, didn't they? They released it for like £15 or something, and everyone was like, this is so expensive, this is ridiculous. No one's going to buy that. But if it's the same as like, if they released it on Switch for like £15, they'd be like, that's fine. That's just how it is, isn't it? So I don't know. I don't know what you can do about that sort of thing. It just seems to be what the mobile market's like. But anyway, the ocean sunfish is a large relative of a blowfish with an unusual shape, like a fish head with a tail. They're a fairly relaxed species, often content to ride where the currents take them. This is fortunate, as otherwise the sight of a large head coming towards you might be alarming. I guess that's just kind of how the mobile market is, and there's not really much you can do to fix it, I think. You kind of need to sort of overhaul everyone's expectations somehow, and I think it's probably because a lot of people who, the mobile market doesn't have that large an intersection with people who play console games. So the concept of spending £30 or something on a game, especially for just a mobile game, even if it's a one-off purchase, is like, what? I'm not going to do that for a lot of people. But playing a game for free, for 80% of people is going to be completely fine, but then for those 20% of people who will spend a ridiculous amount of money on it, or just get hooked on spending money for it. It's just like, I don't know. What can you do? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything you can do. That's just sort of how life is, I suppose. But I don't know. It's just sad because gacha games are often kind of fun as well. As the case may be, but whatever. That's... If you're playing it, just be careful, is what I gotta say. But I think we'll round up this episode here. I don't even know what I did in this episode, to be honest. I've just been thinking about gacha games this entire time. But if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, and subscriptions are greatly appreciated, and I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.